Alright, hello, once again. Today I went over a bunch of various words. Of course, there's more from the lessons, but I have not included all of the information here because I wanted to rush up so I can get to bed and also make this video. So there's, of course, different words here you see with noun cases. Basically, that's, like I said earlier, this determines, subject, object, what owns what, and, have functions in a sentence. But also there's a case, a noun case, a declension that I forgot to mention it, which is the vocative, which is basically the directly addressed noun case. Like, for example, you there. Like, the you is the thing being addressed. Like, you are being addressed. And, of course, you notice that some things have gender, even though they technically don't really, have biological gender in real life, like hetero, of course, follows a certain system in accordance with its noun cases, accordance with not only its gender, but also its, like, stem. Like, there's an O, like an O-N stem. There's an E-N stem, like I-N, which this follows an I-N stem because it ends in I, or, the Gothic equivalent of the letter I, which is is. Yeah, there's, hetio for room, athi for mother, ata for father, hoons for dogs, words I've already learned, and then there's, of course, the various others that you'll see presented here. And if you read in the Gothic alphabet, you'll know what I wrote there. Then I learned some new words, which, I was already pretty much familiar with that. However, I had trouble finding the full declension list for it. Plus, I couldn't find anything for the vocative, so I just put question marks next to kato based on what I saw previously with hetio. Even though I can't really make any assumptions there, that also might be katoans, but I put a question mark there just in case. Then there's frions, which exclusively, even if you're referring to female friends, it's masculine. So you would say frions, friond, friond, friondis, friond, which means, friend. They all mean friend, and then this one means friends, as in the friend owns something. Then there's plural forms. Frions, 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 which I've noticed that nominative, vocative, and accusative in a lot of words, they were pretty consistent, and in S, I'm not sure that, I don't think that's always the case. Of course, you can see with katos and katono, but you'll kind of see that this is pretty consistent. And a lot of the dative plurals end in M, similar to how, like end in a vowel and then the letter M. It's similar to how Old Norse dative plural ends in or It's frions, 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 frionde, and then friondam. And this is pretty consistent with a lot of masculine nouns, like the S ending E and M endings. Then I wrote some example sentences. Oh, that just dropped. Showing, the different genders for the word of that, and as well as, gender agreement. For example, tho, hethion, habva, and yet again that B between vowels is pronounced like a V through your lips. So that'll be I have that room. Then there's so, hethio, bokos, habeth, which is that room has a book. Then there's hund himadaga, or hund himadara, habva, today I have a dog, and himadara means today, which hima kind of looks like the word for heaven, but not quite. I'm sure someone can comment on that, why this means today. Then there's thos, bokos, haveth, which means he or she has that book. And, it's, the different verb conjugations. that there's I was already pretty much familiar with this word, at least the verb form of this. This is answer, and this time it's as a noun. So angehabt, and remember, I'm not sure if you noticed, and I think I probably was mispronouncing it, is that the F in Gothic is pronounced like F, but through your lips. So Thor, angehabt, Habwand. They have that answer. And of course, I kind of made my own sentence and then wrote another sentence that actually came from the lesson. And of course, there's angehabt, Thina, und recht ist, which means your answer is incorrect, with unrechte, meaning wrong or incorrect or bad, and Athena being one of the feminine, since answer is a feminine word, being the feminine form of your, as in your possession. Then there's so angehabt, jach, und recht ist, which is that answer is also incorrect. So I kind of created a story there. And that's pretty much the main things that I learned today about Gothic. And as always, Enier, Unus, Annus. Goodbye.